Hey, when's the last time I did an old school Kizer? I don't know, but hey, I got this one on the secondary market. No box. Yep, just got paperwork. I'm gonna leave that stuck to that plastic. Let's get this thing out. So I have another version that has this same finish, but it is not the same knife. Um, yeah, I couldn't find it. But I have one around here somewhere. Has this same anodizing, and then these, grass blade millings, I guess. Beautiful finish. It's got that same color blue on the pocket clip. Um, it's got the tip up or the tip down pocket clip. I'll probably be moving that. But man, let's get this blade out. Yeah, look at this thing. What is it? This is a Ki442142. Or no, 1A2. 4421A2. Yep. Still got the original sticker on it. And this one, I believe, is an aberration from some of them early ones in that this one's on bearings. It's not on washers. And it shows. There's a definite difference, a different feel. Like washers don't feel like bearings, Even if you get them set up right and they're running really well, it's a different deal altogether. Yeah, this thing's locked up solid. What a cool piece. S35BN, full titanium pocket clip too. Yeah. Even the hardware is not hitting. Now the pivot is hitting. Yeah, the pivot and of course the thumb studs and the blade. But everything else appears to be non-magnetic titanium. Pretty cool. I am going to flip that pocket clip only because I think it will make the knife run different for me. It's got a pretty hefty amount of Loctite on these screws. I don't like T6s that are that tight, man. Start getting me worried. Oh, this is a beautiful knife. There may not be a box with this, but this knife is representing really well right now. I don't see any wear on the knife anywhere. Yeah, all this hardware is titanium. Or it's non-magnetic stainless, but I think it's titanium. Yeah, that went flawlessly. All right. Yeah, because see now my fingers can count on that pocket clip versus putting them on the frame lock. Oh, man, this is a good one. The lock bar has a lot of, it's taken a lot for my thumb to function that. It's recessed on this side. There's no scalloping, but I can reach over and get it. But the tension on that frame lock is, the force is strong with this one. Yeah, man. I'm going to look at where it's locking up to the blade. Looks like it's just shy that way of 50%. Well, let's get in it. It's inevitable. Let's, I've got a special screwdriver bit for these Kizers. I have thinned it so it will fit in those slots and fit deep. I still want to be really careful though, because it is easy to pop out of there and then mar the pivot. Yeah, like that. It's not what I want to do. I let up and I know all the way out, I want to maintain good forward pressure and maybe bump it like that because I don't want to be popping out of that. There we go. All right. T6s, I think, on everything else. Yep. I'm going to stay on this side. Lots of Loctite. I mean, they locked it down for sure. I mean, it's enough that I'm almost tempted to go to my other driver, but I got one left. Let's see if we can finish. Oh, I love this finish. So beautiful. Look at this backspacer and how they did the edge of the scales in this blue. It's just beautiful. I mean, boy, it sure begs a question, man. When they would drop a knife like this, back when they did these, I mean, I don't know, 2013, 14, 15, whatever, did these get bought up and go into people's pockets? You know, did somebody pay, 125, 155, whatever, for a knife like this and then put this beautiful thing in their pocket and mar up that wonderful finish, that anodizing? I don't know. Maybe they did. Well, and of course, with all that Loctite, everything is holding on. There we go. Oh yeah, it's brand new in here. This has never been opened. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, so unfortunately, the only way I can put this knife together is the way that I did it. The scale has to come down from the top, and so we're going to work up from the bottom. It's got a ceramic detent ball, and it is just gorgeous in here. Yeah, all the way around. Wow. I do believe I'm going to leave the sticker intact. I could take it off, but I mean, this is going in my collection. It's not going in my pocket, so I think I'll leave the sticker on it, and it will show and represent with the sticker. If I didn't think the knife was truly new, I probably would peel that off. Now, I don't have a box for this piece, and if I ever move it, I'm going to have to move it without a box. But 100%, I mean, I'll sell it as, this is the way I do my knives. I'll sell this as used, but as never carried or cut or sharpened. And so even though I won't designate it as new, the reason I won't do that is because, man, the minute you say it's new, somebody finds a little scratch right here, then they go, oh, it's not new. I mean, don't tell me it's new, because when I think it's new, I have an expectation that I'm not going to find any handling on the knife. I expect it to be as it would have came out of the factory package. I think I might have to pull that clip to adjust this. And oh, is it way over there? Nah, I can adjust it. Here we go. I'm going to go with that right there. I moved that quite a bit. All right, let's keep wiping. Keep wiping. Yeah, I bought a knife on eBay recently, and man, the transaction almost went south. The descriptive was that the knife was in excellent condition. I don't even remember the words, man. I mean, so many knives ago, but and then I got it, and it it yeah, the descriptive was that it was new. That it had never been carried. I mean, it was like new out of the package. Well, then I got it, and the blade had some kind of mar on it. Like something came in contact with the blade. And so, I mean, I brought it up to the seller. I'm like, hey, this knife ain't what you said it was. And I mean, the initial reaction was, I thought reasonable, but then it turned south quick. It was just like, well, your description and mine are two different things, and maybe you got to learn. Started trying to school me or whatever, and I was just like, well, man, you do whatever you want, but I'm just telling you that the right thing to do is take the knife back and then disclose that it's got some kind of marring on the blade and resell it. Because if I'd have known that was there, I wouldn't have paid what I paid for it. And, and don't take it back and then just sell it as new again and hope that the next person, sees it, because you were going to see it. There was no way to not see it. Sees it and then goes past and goes, I'm not going to make a deal out of it. It is what it is. I mean, I'm sure eBay functions a lot like that, but if you're selling knives, man, if you see a mark on it, don't say it's new and in pristine condition. Like say something. Say, hey, it's got this or it's got that. Or like I do, I just disclose I sell all my stuff as used. It's used. Now it's never been carried, it's never been sharpened. But it's used. And so if you find something with it, don't be surprised. If you find a little mark or some kind of handle or wear or whatever, it's a used piece. Yeah. I mean, that's a gauntlet, man. Buying on eBay or Facebook or, it's almost like Facebook has a little better reputation because, you're in those knife rooms. And if people are part of those rooms, they want to keep their reputation intact. And so I think what I find there for the most part is the integrity level when it comes to knives. Like if it was other things, maybe that's acceptable. I can't speak to like selling comic books or watches or, I don't know those worlds. But when it comes to knives, if it's got a big, if it's even got a little scratch, a noticeable scratch, brand new, this knife, brand new, but then there's a very clearly noticed scratch out here, you should image it and then make mention. And unfortunately, on that particular knife, if you looked at it from a certain angle, you couldn't see the marring. But as soon as you looked from the other angle, you could see it plain as day. And so I think as a seller, it's a responsibility to, man, you got to look your stuff over, and then you should disclose all that. I just think that's the knife way to do it. Now, I don't know that everybody agrees with me on that. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. In the end, the seller took the knife back after lecturing me and trying not to take the knife back, telling me how inconvenient it was for them. And I was like, yeah, none of that confronts me, man. You do what you're going to do. That's all I need to know. I mean, what you going to do? And decided to take the knife back. I think I got out of alignment there. Come on, man. Yeah, that pivot come out of there. Sure did. There we go. So again, I got to stay with this and be very cautious driving this in because I don't want to pop out of there. I think we're good. Yeah. Very solid, centered. I think we're solid there. Anyways, I don't know if you want to hear the end of the story, but they agreed to take the knife back, so I shipped it back. And at the time of this video, they should be getting the knife any day, but I put the cost of the shipping both ways in the box. Now, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do anything. I just ship it back and, give me my money. I did that to kind of, hopefully I made an impression. Man, it's not about the money. There's a way to sell knives, and there's the expectation, especially if you're going to say like new, flawless. I mean, if you're going to make comments and tell me how wonderful the piece is and how excellent of condition it is, make sure you look it over really well. And if you see something, don't image the knife so that doesn't show and then sell it. Make sure that you disclose it, man. Just say something. And then, let me go a step further. If you listed it that way, and then the buyer says, hey, man, I got the knife, and look right here. Sends you a picture and says there's something there. Man, do the right thing and just go, man, I'm sorry about that. Do you want a refund? Can I discount the knife? I mean, I'd rather take a little off the knife because to ship it back and then I got to resell it. I mean, try to work it out right away. Like, don't take this posture that you're going to talk me out of it now. It's got a mark on it, and somehow that's my fault because my expectations are too high. What? I mean, man, it doesn't look well, I mean, and listen, I highly doubt that this seller's watching my dumb little channel. But in the event that he is, he knows who he is. Like, he would be like, oh, that's me, so, you know, in the end, the seller said, so, hey, man, do me a favor. I'm listing a bunch of other really cool stuff, and it's this and that and the other thing. Do me a favor, don't bid on any of it. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, like has the planet just like flipped on its head? You know what I mean? Like it's insane the level of entitlement that's going down. like like what version of the earth makes you think that I would ever run the risk of trying to do business with you again? I mean, it's goofy, man. How about we do something that matters, like talk about the action on this piece now that's back together and oiled and tuned up, and that detent now is really nice. I took a little off, and the lockup didn't change at all. It's just a little bit off of 50%. So the knife's still locking up. That lock bar was just way too tight, and so it was affecting everything. And now, I mean, just super smooth, still locked as tight as a drum. And oh, this thing's wonderful. I mean, wow, is this thing good? This is a good one, man. I mean, I'd be tempted, I think, to turn this into a pocket piece. Just wonderful. The action, I'm going to say it's an A minus. I mean, it's really good. It does take just a little coaxing to get it down. I mean, maybe with use that'll get better. I mean, truthfully, honestly, I may tighten that a little bit. Sometimes you tighten that and the bearings run better. You know what I'm saying. I'm not making that up. Look here, the millings even over onto the lock bar. The little blades of grass, bamboo grass or whatever that would be, I think. Ooh, it's so good. Ergonomics. Yeah, so this is one that's from that era that everything they made has that hinder influence, right? And this one's no different, man. The locked in, not so confident, confident, very confident. This thing swoops right up towards very confident. This is going to go up to the sticker. This is sticker level confidence grip. Reverse. Whoo, does that cap well? And man, is this strong and good right here. Not so much there. Yeah, really good ergonomics on it. Let's check the pocket clip. Pocket clip, check. Yeah, I want to do a graphic, but I don't want the production time where I got to put that in every video. I ain't doing it. So, man, that is slick. Runs in there really well. And it's got some good tension. But I think it's because the pocket, the pants are hanging up right at that lip. Like it's causing that. Now, if that's causing the tension, that's okay as long as it's not going to tear the pants. Well, so here on standard jean thickness, this thing's pretty loose, pretty slick. But again, it is kind of hanging up right there. When I catch these seams, woo, I'm going to have to tug to get it out of these. Goes in like a dream. I mean, wow, is that smooth. I mean, it's pretty good. Not bad. I'm still going to give it a, it's okay. Because I think if I turn it over, yeah, see, it's almost out of the pocket. I did catch it, though. Caught it on that seam. How about it? Could I put some tension on that? I definitely could. Am I going to? Nah, this thing's not going in my pocket. So I think I'm going to leave it be. Because, of course, I could bend that titanium, put more tension here. It's really going to hang up in the pants then. And I run the risk of snapping that. So I think I'm going to just leave it be. I am going to make mention of how that looks in the pocket. It's pretty cool. I like the milling on the clip, the shaping that's done, and then the little bit that's poking out of the pocket. It's attractive. It's a good look. I like it. Safety. Yeah, no blade contact there. Man, look at the fit and finish back here. That full long backspacer, the two scales, just wonderfully mated. Like you almost can't perceive going from one to the other across there. And then it matches perfectly around here. Very nice. The tip is recessed. So the clip's good, the tip's good, and I'm confident I could handle this knife any way I wanted. As long as the blade's closed, this knife is safe to handle. Let's check the sharpness on that blade. I mean, it's plenty sharp. Yeah. Good to go. Wonderful. All right. Price and availability. I mean, you tell me. I don't know, if you can find these out there. The Ki4421A2. I do have one source. I'm going to look. Yeah, I don't have a source for this. If I had to guess, obviously you could put a search on eBay and wait for one to show up there. If one would, you could go to the Kizer Facebook page and you could do in search of. My guess would be you're probably north of $125, possibly north of $150 for this piece. Yeah, but it's pretty awesome. I dig it. I don't know that even if I got it for $100, I don't think I could put it in my pocket. I mean, yeah, it's just too nice. Pretty cool piece. Appreciate y'all checking it out with me.